Hi, I'm making this video to share how a group of parents, together with a group of teachers, can target an entire family and get a school district to kick the family out. You know the saying, it takes a village to raise a child? It also takes a village to abuse one. So, our story is as follows. On February 8th, 2023, at Wolf Springs Elementary in Kansas, a bullying incident happened in our younger son's third grade Chinese immersion class. So a group of students stood on chairs and tables chanting AW is gay, holding signs saying AW is gay. Uh, because we are talking about a minor here, a 9 year old, at the time, he was 9 year old. So I only use his initials, AW, to refer to him, and I don't use his full name. The same applies to all the children I'll mention in this video. So the target of this bullying incident was AW, the son of Joanne Waltman, a judge in Johnson County Courthouse in Kansas. So the bullying incident passed as anti-gay and created a big disruption in the community, and many parents posted about it on social media. So Blue Valley School District eventually closed this case by scapegoating and punishing our youngest son for the incident. And even though our son stood up for AW during that incident. The day after the incident, February 9, was a snow day, and the school principal, Megan Graber, called us on that day to tell us that our older son typed the word bomb on Wikipedia at school. She said she was investigating it because it was a safety threat. Of course, we were shocked to hear that. Our son being accused of something like that. And we were also shocked that the principal called us on a snow day as if that was an emergency, as if typing bomb on Wikipedia once it was an emergency. And the next day, on February 10, our children went back to school, and you would expect Megan Graber, the school principal, to question our oldest son about typing the word bomb on Wikipedia, since she bothered, calling and inquiring about it on a snow day. But she ended up never questioning him, our older son. It turned out she instead moved on to our younger son, and she was actually targeting our younger son that day. So that day, the day after the snow day, our younger son, out of the blue, was accused of having a murder list and was secluded. So he had no discipline record at the time, no suspensions, no detentions, no history of behavior issues, no history of learning issues. And the same applies to our older son. But out of the blue, our younger son was accused of having a murder list and was secluded. We later found out that the accusation was based on a single classmate's oral report. And that classmate, her name is SB, was a teacher's pet, claimed that she heard our son saying he had a murder list. And that was it. So she overheard our son telling someone, "You're on my murder list." And no one else heard it, not adults, not other classmates, and there was no list either, just her words. So the whole thing was based on a single 9-year-old's words and her words only, her account of what the classmate said. So based on that, our son was secluded right before lunchtime, which was around 1:10. So he spent the rest of the day in the office of the school counselor, Peggy Saltz. Peggy Saltz and Megan Graber interrogated him without his mother, who was actually a teacher's aide at the same school. So she's been working as a teacher's aide at Blue Springs since August 2022, and she was in the building the whole time that day. But they didn't notify her. They didn't bring her in until around 3 p.m. So that means Peggy Saltz and Megan Graber interrogated our 8-year-old son and fished for a confession from almost 1 p.m. till 3 p.m. So for nearly 2 hours. And only when they realized they couldn't get what they wanted, they brought his mother in. Megan Graber told my wife when she came in that she would determine our son's consequences later, suggesting that his guilt had already been determined. That she just needed more time to build a stronger case. But by then, Megan Graber and the school resource officer who was called and came to school to investigate the allegations. So the two had already mutually agreed that there was absolutely no threat on that day. So Megan Graber and the school resource officer agreed that there was absolutely no threat. Our children were completely innocent of the allegations against them. Our son didn't even know what a murder list was, and he could go back to the classroom. So the school resource officer leaves, but Megan Graber act, uh, acts like in front of my wife and my son, acts like our son is guilty. And we later found out that our younger son's ELA teacher, Kristen Kellerman, told Kathleen Baker, her sister-in-law, during a family function that our older son was making bombs and our younger son was going to shoot up a school. And it turns out Kathleen Baker reported this information to the police, and that's how the school resource officer came to school to investigate, based on Kathleen Baker's report. Uh, so the question here is, she filed a police report on Friday, February 10th. And when was this family function? When did Kristen Kellerman told Kathleen Baker? When did Kristen Kellerman, tell Kathleen Baker about two brothers uh, planning to shoot up the school and blow up the school? Like I said, February 9 was a snow day. She files the report Friday, February 10, in the morning. When was that family function? Did they hold a family function on a snow day? If they held the family function earlier, then why did she wait till Friday to file a police report? So these are the questions we've been asking. Anyways, on Sunday, so 2 days after our youngest son was accused and secluded, Megan Graber sent the first of a series of emails to all the parents and staff members in the school, claiming that a third grade student had compiled a murder list and, quote, a threat of this nature is very concerning. Uh, she also stated, as a part of the investigation, I've been talking to third grade students and parents who may have information based on something their child saw or heard. If I haven't already spoken with you and you have first-hand information that would be helpful, please email me as soon as possible. So this is an elementary school. The kids don't spend a second without adult supervision, except when they go to the restroom. And as the school principal, Megan Graber is in charge of the building. She's in charge of all the adults she's at school, and she's in charge of all the children at school. So she's supposed to know what happens at school. But she's making announcements. She's still asking parents for information. She's relying on parents to obtain information about what happened at school. And what can parents tell her? At best, they can tell her what they hear from their children, from other parents, or from other parents' children. So at best, she can get second-hand, third-hand rumors about what happened at school. Uh, so that's the best she can do as a principal who is in charge of the building. So this is exactly the opposite of what they say now about threat situations. They didn't say it back then, but now everyone says report, don't repost. So she's doing the opposite of that. By making announcements like that, she's basically reposting, asking and telling people to repost, and and she's reposting herself as the principal. She herself circulates secondhand and third-hand rumors about a threat, allegation about a threat. Uh, so, and like everyone knows now, these kind of things are so common. Allegations about a threat situation at school based on secondhand, third-hand rumors. Almost always they turn out to be hoaxes. Uh, so it's unbelievable she dealt with the situation that way. And on top of all that, on the same day as the announcement, on a Sunday, the mother of a classmate went to the police station with her daughter. So she dragged her daughter to the police station with her on a Sunday, and she told the police her daughter hadn't been adequately interviewed by the principal. So this mother is called Brittany Jacobson, and her daughter is SJ. And like SB, SJ is a teacher's pet. And at the police station, Brittany Jacobson files a police report and alleges that her daughter doesn't want our younger son to be at school because she doesn't feel safe when our son is around her. As you see here, our younger son was given a suspension afterwards, and his disciplinary record, which was obviously altered multiple times, shows that his punishment was based on multiple parent and student reports, student and parent reports. So you have SB, who said our son had a murder list, and you have SJ, who said she didn't feel safe around our son after being dragged to the police station by her mother. So you have these two students, then their reports, and you have multiple student reports, and multiple parent reports based on these student reports. And based on that, our son was suspended, and later he was transferred to another school by Blue Valley. And these two girls, SB and SJ, already had a long history of making false reports about our younger son. And almost all the previous false reports they made about our son originated yeah, from three girls. All the false reports about our son originated from three girls. So SB, SJ, and NH. So these three white girls, SB, SJ, and NH, were the LA teacher Kristen Kellerman's favorites. Kristen Kellerman would give preferential treatment to these three girls, while she would target our son. So the three girls kept on making false reports because they were rewarded when they did so. They knew their words carried a lot of weight with Kristen Kellerman, and our son's words carried no weight. And every student in the class knew that too. So they knew that was a reward for reporting our son, and that was a punishment for standing up with truth. So no one in the class would stand up for the truth. No one in the class would stand up for our son. No one in the class would challenge the three girls' reports. And in fact, the homeroom teacher later told my wife that our younger son was innocent. She clearly said that our younger son was innocent. But she was sidelined and silenced after that. We later found out that Megan Graber reported her to the Teachers Association around that time, and Blue Valley threatened to report her to the Kansas State Department of Education and revoke her teaching license. She actually left Blue Valley after that school year. So a few months later, she left Blue Valley and she got a teaching position in Missouri. So at the time of this video, she is still teaching in a school in a school in Missouri. So she's not teaching in Kansas. She's not working for Blue Valley, and she's not working in Kansas anymore. A few months later, in May 2023, a few months after the incident, the Blue Valley board member Kate Bowers resigned out of the blue only a year after she was elected. It's well known that Katie Bowers and her fellow board member and ally, Jim McMullen, championed the Chinese immersion program, and Bowers herself had two children studying the program at Wolf Springs. So she was a Wolf Springs parent, she was a Chinese immersion parent, so she had strong ties with the Chinese immersion parents, and she had strong ties with the Wolf Springs parents. But the fact that she didn't only resign prematurely, but she also unenrolled her children from Wolf Springs before even waiting for the school year to end. It's very interesting. She even closed her business at the same time, at around the same time. So she resigns from her position, resigns from the board. She closes her business, and she unenrolls her children uh, from the program from Wolf Springs, and according to the newspaper, because she moves out of the district. So that raises a lot of questions. At least wait for your children to finish the school year at Wolf Springs. So honestly, we believe Katie Bowers was a reason, at least one reason, why Blue Valley treated us the way it did.